Hi, my name is Nadine. I'm part of the Year 4 Engineering Aerospace class, and I'm going to be talking about the aerospace evolution, the first moon landing. So here's a table of contents of the different things that I'm going to be discussing. So the moon landing occurred on July 20th, 1969 at 2017 UTC. So the accredited organization is NASA, which was also created during this time. So the credited individuals, so Neil A. Armstrong, Michael Collins, and Edwin E. Buzz Aldrin, those were the main crew who actually made it to the moon. And then the backup crew was Commander James A. Lovell, CMP, William A. Anders, and LMP Fred W. Hayes. So the moon landing, Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, along with his fellow astronauts, Michael Collins and Edwin E. Buzz Aldrin. They spent overall 21 hours and 36 minutes on the lunar surface. They named where they landed the Tranquility Base, and they launched from Cape Kennedy on July 1st, 1969. And at 102 hours and 9 minutes after the launch, Armstrong took the first step on the moon. So Aldrin followed Armstrong 20 minutes later. The two astronauts collected samples of lunar dust and other materials to be studied later. They also recorded their first steps on the moon, where Armstrong famously said, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." And they began going back to Earth 44 hours out of the lunar orbit and got back to Earth July 24th, 1969. So here are a couple images of the moon landing. There is a video link that I will be posting as well. So these are just pictures, and you'll see more later. This is also the media coverage. So other than the news and that actual video that was being posted, they also had newspaper articles. So these are a couple from different areas. So from Atlanta and San Francisco and such. So during this time, there was a Cold War going on. So during the Cold War, America and Russia were involved in a space race. So this led to the creation of NASA and other aerospace achievements all around the world, since Russia and America were fighting to be the first people to the moon and to space and such. So Russia successfully sent a man, Yuri Gagarin, and an animal to space, and in response, America sent a man to the moon. So you can see pictures. So a couple of major advancements that happened that made the moon landing possible. So there were major smaller advancements that made the moon landing possible. The spacesuits, for example, were made of 21 layers of nested fabric. They were strong enough to survive in space and comfortable enough for the astronauts to be flexible. You'll see a picture of a woman hand sewing the suits because they were hand sewn by the factory workers from the fabric company. There was also a lunar rover, which contributed to the lunar exploration part of the mission. You can see that it's in the bottom left corner. The heat shield that allowed them to safely return to Earth was also made especially for this trip. It had 370,000 capsules that had to be all hand filled. So there's also a picture of them hand filling it. And then the parachutes were also used to ensure the safe landing of the astronauts after they got back to the Earth's atmosphere. So the effects on the future, since the moon landing affected future advancements in aerospace and general science, because the astronauts were able to stay and travel on the moon to collect samples, the Apollo 11 trip contributed to new discoveries about the moon. And the new heat shield design also contributed to later aerospace mission studies. So just that achievement. Here are my different citations. Most of them are from NASA, and then other are just history from the actual Apollo 11 trip. And then that's it. Thanks for watching.